It's officially the start of the 2023 growing season. We're still here in December, late December of 2022, but it's time. We've got to get this seed starting studio cleaned up, set up, and ready to grow for the coming season. I'm Jenny, and welcome to Harmony Hills Home and Garden. Come with me and let's get this studio set up and ready to grow. Last year, 2022, in January, I set this area up for seed starting and general indoor gardening chores before the weather let us get outside. And it was wonderful. And I'm so eager to get this into shape again for growing in January, February, March of 2023. I need to sort through, clean up, get some organization going, and look what I found. I forgot I put these down here about a month and a half ago. I've got some bulbs. These are paperweights and amaryllis. Didn't get them growing for the Christmas season, did I? But they're still in here, and I think they'll still be fine. And here, this is Bad Gardener Jenny. Oh my gosh. A box of bulbs from Bricks. I have no idea what's inside here. They haven't even been opened from shipping. I may have just wasted all my money on this Bricks order, but let's take a look and see what's inside here, and maybe we can salvage them and use them in some way to enjoy them somehow, even though they've sat here in this box for coming on 2 months. All right, but first, organization and cleaning. Who remembers when I put together the terrarium last year? I think that was in January. This terrarium gift was a Christmas gift for me last year, and I put together a little terrarium and promptly ignored it until now, and so here it is. It needs to be cleaned out and taken care of. Dried flowers that I didn't end up using for anything, these need to go to the trash. You know what? I'm pretty sure you don't want to watch me doing all of this. So I'm going to clean up here, and then I'll be back with you once I am ready to do some gardening. Okay, so it's a little bit cleaner now. Let me show you around and tell you about my setup. My seed starting studio is at the bottom of the stairs and then right beside the door that goes out to the garage. So I have to keep this entryway open kind of right here. Okay, so anyway, so my seed starting area, my gardening area starts at this table and goes on these 2 bookshelves and this little area here. So I have a folding table here. This is where I do my work. Back in here, I've got 1, 2, 3 shelves that have shop lights with LED bulbs in them. There are 2 light fixtures in each. These light fixtures down here have 2 bulbs each, so 4 LED bulbs down on the bottom. And then up here, there are 2 bulbs in this fixture and 1 single bulb in each of these 2 fixtures. And then up here, there are 2 bulbs in each of these 2 fixtures. Again, these are all just shop lights of different kinds and different styles. And they have LED bulbs in them. So that's what I use for grow lights. So I have 3 shelves with lights on them so far. But on this top one, I've just used it as storage. Here are my seeds, just some storage stuff here, my heat mat. And then up here are my pots that are not currently being used. Those will most likely go into use very quickly once the season really starts. And then up at the top there are just supplies and leftovers and things I've used for winter sowing, things that I have on hand. Those are all the lids left over from my winter sowing containers, which some of them are stacked right there. So, and then over on this shelf up at the top is just storage. This is seed starting trays and my, what are those? Deep root trainers and just supplies and supplies and supplies. Okay, and then down on the bottom shelf I have some different kinds of potting soils, cactus soil, some orchid soil, and so forth. And really it's just a catch-all. I haven't thrown that old soda away, etc. So, forgot to mention down here on the floor I have a lucite container that has potting soil in it and some leftover perlite and yeah. So this is my setup. I'm eager to get into these bulbs though. Let's see what are in these boxes. It'll be just like another Christmas around here because I don't remember what I bought from Bricks. All right, the Longfield Gardens order. This is, I know, it's paper whites and amaryllis. So these are Tazette paper whites. I got these because I wanted to try a variety other than Ziva. Ziva is a variety of paper whites that has a really strong aroma / smell, depending on whether you like it or not. I do like it, but my husband doesn't. So I thought I'd try these Tazette paper whites instead because they're supposed to have less fragrance than the Ziva. And, you know, we'll have a video where I plant up these paper whites for growing on. Most people do their paper whites in October or November so they can have them at Christmas time, but I'm not most people, so there you go. All right, the rest of these are amaryllis bulbs. And I forget what I ordered. Whew! Dust. All right, so red pearl, double Alaska, another red pearl, and another double Alaska. So there should be one each in these bags. This is double Alaska is this is a 28 to 30 centimeter bulb, and it's blooms in the winter, and I believe it's just a double white. So let me check on how these bulbs are looking. All right, it looks pretty good. It looks like it hasn't started to rot or dry up, so that's good. And I do see some growth starting out here. So all this needs is to be taken care of, put into some growing conditions, and I should be successful with these double white amaryllis. Let me just check the status of this bulb. This one has a soft spot right here, but maybe the rest of it is okay. So I will definitely go ahead and try to grow it, and if it doesn't grow, then that will be an expensive lesson learned, right? To take care of your bulbs when they first arrive. But I'm gonna give it a shot. This is the red pearl. These are single. I'm imagining that they're red. I don't remember. I'll put a picture up on the screen. Nice root system here. I'm feeling, is it moldy? Is it soft anywhere? For the most part, it's pretty good, and I do see green here coming up, so I'm hopeful that the bulb is okay. And the last red pearl, this again is a single red. I do see sprouts coming here, and nice roots, and no soft spots. So there's only one of these that had any soft spots to speak of. So I'm going to take care of these bulbs today, get them up and running, and hopefully I'll have beautiful amaryllis in 4 to 6 weeks time. Okay, so those Longfield bulbs, I did open the packages when they arrived. This Brex order, I mean, I have no idea what's in here. I didn't open it even when it arrived, and you know, I'm looking to see if there was a date on here so I could tell you how lax I've been. No, I don't see a date on the packaging, so I don't know. It's been at least a month, probably more like 2 months since this arrived. I can see that I need to restock my tools over here in my stash because all of my scissors walked away during last year's growing season. All right, what do we have? Something is trying to grow. These are Opening Act Pinkadot Reblooming Phlox. Opening Act is an early variety. Pinkadot. This is a Proven Winners plant. Did I get a Proven Winners plant from Brex? I guess I did. So Proven Winners, Opening Act Pinkadot, Full Sun Perennial, 22 to 26 inches tall. And it looks like it is white with a pink center, hence its name, Pinkadot. Space them 30 inches apart. They're hardy in zones 4 through 8, or down to -30 Fahrenheit, or -35 centigrade. They bloom in early summer to late summer. Hopefully I'll be able to find a spot that the deer will stay off of this, that they will be able to bloom beautifully. Pinkadot Phlox. Opening Act Romance. This is a purple one, again from Proven Winners. Opening Act Romance Phlox, Full Sun, 20 to 22 inches tall. Zones 4 through 8 again, -30 Fahrenheit, -35 centigrade. Blooms again in early summer through late summer. Full sun, 32 to 36 inch spacing. So I got the pink Dot and the Romance. So 2 different colors of the similar plant. I probably will plant them beside each other. All right, what else? Oh, that's an exciting bag. And this is Opening Act Blush. Why did I buy 3 kinds of tall phlox? I don't know. Anyway, so Opening Act Blush. This is the same type of perennial phlox. This one only grows to 18 to 20 inches, so 2 inches shorter than the other, and 18 to 20 inches wide. So this is a smaller, more compact variety than the other two. This is hardy in zones 4 through 8 and blooms early summer through late summer and wants full sun. So 3 different varieties of Opening Act phlox from proven winners. So a nice combination of white and pink and purple shades. I know I'm going to love these plants. I'm just surprised that I bought them. Why did I buy them? Who needs a reason, right? Okay, and the last thing in this box, I remember now, actually, they were having an end of summer perennial special big sale. I got the phloxes, it's a phlox collection for $25, 3 for $25. For bare root, that's kind of pricey, but it's proven winter plant, so that's probably why. And then I got Ever Blooming Hardy Geranium collection for $20, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 geranium root balls in here. So let's get this bag open. So they were having that online sale, you know, great prices, end of season blowout. You know, every 2 minutes you get an email from Brex saying that there's a big sale and you don't want to miss out. And I thought, well, you know, I have all those new flower beds out back. I have plenty of full sun that can protect that phlox from the deer. You know, the number of plants that I have imagined that I could put into that location, they're not all gonna fit. All right, let's see what's inside here. Johnson's Blue Hardy Geranium, Birch Double Ever Blooming Hardy Geranium, Splish Splash Geranium Pratense, Ballerina Geranium, and Biocovo Hardy Ever Blooming Geranium. So 5 different geraniums, hardy geraniums. Let's see, Johnson's Blue is 12 to 18 inches. Splish Splash is 18 to 24 inches. I'm talking about height. Biocovo Hardy is 10 to 12 inches. Ballerina is only 6 inches. And Birch Double is 10 to 12 inches. So now the thing is, I'm excited. Yay, I love hardy geranium. I put some out last year from bare root as well, and I got some from my daughter-in-law's mother, Judy, and so I have some of the ones I did from bare root got eaten back by deer, and so they're struggling. I don't know if they're going to come back. The ones that Judy gave me are doing pretty well. I just need to keep the deer off of them. The dang deer are so hungry, and I'm surprised that they eat hardy geraniums, but they do. So I got to find spots where these can grow into an established clump before the deer get them. So anyway, all right, so stop talking. Let's look at these root balls and see how bad I did by leaving them in this plastic for 2 months. I see a sign of life. I feel that there is moisture, but it's not mushy. And there's a shoot. There's a small chance that this ballerina geranium is going to survive. Hooray and hallelujah. All right, Biocovo Hardy Ever Blooming. All right, again, they are moist. I do not feel any rotting, and I see some sprouts. That is great news. With any luck, I have not killed these plants before they even got out of their packages. Boy, and if that's the case, then I am the luckiest gardener ever. This is Birch Double. All right, they might work. So happy. Johnson's Blue. Now this is a really tried and true. I don't know so much about the other ones, but I know that Johnson's Blue has been around forever. I remember hearing about Johnson's Blue geranium on Victory Garden when I watched Victory Garden in college in the mid-80s, so I know that this is a tried and true plant. Hopefully that means it's nice and sturdy and survived. Yeah, I am amazed. Okay, these are still moist, but not moldy. They're not rotten. And I think it's going to live, guys. Yay! Last one, splish splash. Oh, I am the luckiest person in the world that I let these sit in these plastic bags for so long and they didn't rot, guys. Look at this. Yeah, these are still, perhaps, maybe, if I'm lucky, still alive. Just the tiniest one out of 6 or 7 of these roots may be rotted, but the rest of them look like they're in good shape. So I'm gonna hope for the best on that and get them potted up ASAP. All right, so I am really glad that I found and opened these perennial bare root clumps. I need to get them potted into soil today. Now, this is not the time of year where they really want to be grown on. So I think what I'm going to do actually is put them into potting soil and then put them into the garage. I'm not going to put them all the way out into the freezing cold winter weather because they have not prepared for that. At least I don't think that they have. So I'm going to put them in the garage in soil and just hold them over until the spring, and then I'll pull them out when the weather starts to warm up and we get nights that are above freezing consistently. Then I'll put them outside in the containers that I put them in today, and hopefully they will start to grow and they will thrive. So I just need to find some potting soil. I have a tiny little bit in there, but I need to go into the garage, see if I can find some more. And I cleaned up and then I properly made my first mess. Woohoo! Well, it turns out I'm out of potting soil. I have no potting soil available to me in the garage or anywhere else, so I'm going to try for the first time this block of coconut coir. Now, this is the husks of the coconut that have been taken off of the coconut during the processing of the food item coconut, and these are the leftovers. And then they shred them up and then they compress them into these blocks and then they ship them to you. So there is some debate in the gardening world about whether or not we should be using peat moss, or whether we should use coconut coir instead, or other alternatives which may be out there as well, like just homegrown compost. I have never used coconut coir in a block like this. I'm just going to give it a try. I don't really know where I fall on the debate about peat moss, because I do believe that there are some growers who are doing it sustainably. There are other growers, maybe, or harvesters who aren't doing it so sustainably. So, you know, I don't really want to make an opinion about that debate. I am not really very well educated on the topic. So just so you know, I don't know what you should be doing. But anyway, so the method for this is to take this block of compressed coconut material, put it into a watertight container, and then pour warmish water on top of it, and then let it soak. And then it will eventually expand and absorb the water and turn into beautiful potting medium. I will then add some perlite to it just to improve some drainage. Coconut coir, peat moss, both tend to hold water until they dry out, and then they're very hydrophobic, meaning they repel water. But while they are moist, they hold on to water, and so some plants might actually rot. So I'm adding perlite to improve the drainage. So that's what I am planning to do. Never done this, hope it works. I need my watering can. Get some warm water going here. Let me bring you in closer so you can see. All right, this is warm water. I don't really know how much to add, so I'll start with about a gallon and then see what happens, maybe. This is a lot like a peat pellet. You ever have those for seed starting? This is my first gardener's manicure of the 2023 season. Even though we're still in December, I say it counts for next year. This is pretty cool, I have to say. It's kind of fun. It's like playing in a sandbox or something. Adding some more water. So far I've put in about 1.5 gallons of water, and this is what we're looking like so far. I suppose at any point I could stop, pull this out of the water and save it and reconstitute it later. This is sopping wet over here, but it's actually, as soon as you squeeze it out, it's very workable. I don't think scraping it off like this is totally necessary for the process, but it's fun, so why not? I used warm water. I think warm water is the right thing to do. Cold water would be hydrophobic and wouldn't soak in as easily. All right, I think actually I'm going to stop here and use what I have and save this for another day. It looks like I hardly used any off of that block, but I've got a nice pile of material here. It is pretty wet. All right, so I'm going to add some perlite to it. I'm just doing this by eye, probably 2 parts coconut to 1 part perlite, or maybe even less than that. There, that's probably more like 3 to 1 or 4 to 1. I didn't put in as much perlite as I said. Ooh, that's dusty. Try not to breathe that in. This is a happy day. Okay, now I've got my soil mixed up. I'm not adding any fertilizer to this. One, because I want to be able to use this potting soil for various types of plants, and they may not all need the same kind of fertilization. 2, because I really don't want any of these plants to start growing actively right now. I just want them to stay in hibernation without dying, drying out, or rotting. So I'm really not trying to feed them. So when the spring comes around and I put them outside to get them to start growing, I will put in some liquid fertilizer into their pots at that point and get them kick-started into the growth season. For now, I'm just tucking them in to this nice, warm, moist potting soil and then putting them into the garage to spend the winter there. All right, 5 geraniums and 8 phlox. I got 8 4-inch pots, 3-inch pots? Probably 3-inch pots. And that's what they're going to go into now. I don't need to give them tons of room because, again, they're not in active growth phase right now. So I'm just going to put them in these containers here. And let me get a tray so I'm not making it. I don't have all my stuff together yet. I didn't really do a great job of pulling my station back together, did I? Ugh. Okay, got my tidy tray here. And now I'm going to set myself up here. I need to do labels first. Okay, so let me start with this first one here. This is Biokovo, Biokovo. Okay, you can see this root ball here. These are the roots. And this is the growing sprout. And these are rhizomes, or maybe last year's stems. But so you know what? Maybe. Yeah, that should work. Okay. You know what? I don't think these containers are big enough because I really want to be all the way up to where the sprouts are, this crown right here. So I think I need bigger containers. Let me go out in the garage, see what I can find. Okay, I'm back with a bigger container. So yeah, this is going to be a deeper, nicer thing to use. All right, take you out of there, put this into there. There like that. I just want the top of the crown to be showing, and I'm making it firm. I'm not packing it like a brick, but I'm firming it down, tamping it down. Next up is Ballerina. This was the little miniature one. It only grows 6 inches tall. She has a lot of roots that are hanging down low, and then she has a growth point here. And I believe these are last year's stems, so the crown is actually like this. Like that. So I'm going to put these down in here. Splish, splash! Look at these nice, big, strong roots. And then some other roots here too as well. And I believe this is last year's crown. Johnson's blue. This looks really good. The last one of these is this birch double geranium. All right, and moving on now to the phlox. These came with their own tags. This is the opening act blush. This looks significantly different from the others. This has lots of growing sprouts coming up. These are roots. Poor thing is confused. So these are roots and these are sprouts. So I don't really want to cut the sprouts off because it won't like that, but you do what you gotta do. Trying to detangle so I can get the sprouts facing up and the roots facing down. For the most part, I think I have separated the roots from the sprouts. Haven't yet broken any, so that's good too. You know, these sprouts are going to grow. They clearly have a will to grow, so if I bury them, they'll find their way. Well, folks, that's it. I'm so excited. I got my seed starting station set back up, ready to go for another great gardening season in 2023. And I took care of some plants that I had been neglecting for way too long. So I'm super excited about gardening in the coming season. Although I have to admit, I still am enjoying my Christmas season, and our Christmas is going to be extended because of all the flight cancellations and delays. Our family isn't able to gather until a couple of weeks from now. So we're going to celebrate Christmas a little bit longer than normal around here, but I will be doing some gardening as well. Thank you to all of you who have watched my channel since I started it in January of 2021. So we're coming up on a 2-year anniversary here. And thank you to all of you who have joined somewhere along the way. I'm grateful for each and every one of you who subscribes to my channel and or who watches my videos. Commenting is always so much appreciated, and thank you for your likes and your shares and things like that. I hope you enjoyed a wonderful holiday season. I hope you still are enjoying a great holiday season. And I hope you're ready to begin the new 2023 gardening season with me in earnest very soon, friends. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day and take care. Bye-bye.